Today I want to talk to you about a very handy and powerful tool within Final Cut Pro that's going to help you so much when you're crafting your audio. More particularly when you're doing voiceovers and working with music underneath that, a lot of times it's hard to adjust these different levels and determine how you want to get your audio to fit in a nice mix. It's nice to kind of have your audio slowly drift down to a lower volume setting so that way your voiceover can kind of come into play and then drift back into louder music for a very dramatic, more cinematic effect that works well with your voiceovers. But how do you do that? Well, that's exactly what we're going to talk about. But first and foremost, I hope you're having an amazing day today. I know I am, because I get to bring you this really cool video. Now, what I want to show you is how to take audio that may be a little bit too loud and kind of adjust that so it's at a more quiet setting, so that way you can really hear what's going on. So let me go ahead and test this really quickly and show you what it sounds like as is, and then we're going to go ahead and do the tutorial and show you the difference that it makes, how cool it sounds, and how effective it's going to be in your videos. The range selector tool can be a very powerful tool to utilize when you're working with different and various volumes of different types of audio. Okay, so that sounded really bad. You could barely hear the audio of the voiceover track, and the music was just way too powerful. But how do we fix that? Well, what you want to do is with your timeline down here, hit the R key on your keyboard, and what that's going to do is select this range selection piece. You can also click this little drop down box right here and just click on range selection. But what you want to do, I'm going to go ahead and hit Control or Command and then the equal sign to kind of zoom in here, and you want to see where your audio and your voiceover starts, and you want to click and hold and then just drag across the music selection that goes underneath your voiceover clip here. And once you get to the end of that voiceover clip, just release, and now you have a nice range selection of your music. Now what I do is grab this little line right here where you see it says 0 decibels, and I'm just going to pull that volume down to a nice little setting, maybe around -17 dBs. And then what it's going to do is drift that audio. Now I might need to kind of extend these sides a little bit, so what you could do is kind of grab this side over here and just kind of adjust that a little more, and these little markers, you can kind of pull those along to make sure it's syncing up in a position that works, because you want the music to start to fade just slightly before your voiceover and then go in. So now let's take a listen at that. The range selector tool can be a very powerful tool to utilize when you're working with different and various volumes of different types of audio. And that sounds a whole lot better. If you need to adjust the volume more accordingly, if you can't quite hear the music, go ahead and just pull that volume up by clicking and dragging. You'll see your cursor is going to change to these 4 little arrows. You can either pull the music back up to get it at a more healthy volume, or if it's still too powerful, you can actually pull that back down again. But you can see that it adds these nice little faders, so that way your audio, once your voiceover is complete, you'll fade back into your music and continue on. Now you can do this multiple times throughout a clip if you have multiple points where you're going to be doing a voiceover. I think this is the easiest and most effective way of doing it, and hopefully it'll help you out in your future voiceover videos. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to leave a like so that I know to create more videos very similar to this. And if you have any comments or suggestions about tutorials you'd like to see from me relative to photography, videography, software, whatever, leave those in the comments section below. But I hope you guys have an amazing day, and as always, be sure to create something new today.